So we're up on Dixon Heights, which is 100 acres of enclosed fell overlooking Morecambe Bay, and somewhere up here are two mares and a stallion. It's split into 3 parcels, about 30 acres each, so I think we're just going to have to walk up to the top and get a good view and see if we can find them. So after 20 minutes walking around the fell, we found them down here at the bottom of Tom Wood. So we're going to lead them back up onto the fell now. Which 3 weeks ago was full of water, and now it's been so dry there's nothing there, which is why they were down in the bottom of the woods looking for a bit of water. There's a bit of a beck runs through there. So this is Hades Hill Geronino, who's a 7-year-old stallion by Lunsdale Tarquin out of Irwin's Ruby, who's a mare we bought at auction. And actually one of the reasons, well, there's a few reasons I've kept him as a stallion. One, because Irwin's Ruby's not related at all to our ponies unless you go way back. I wanted to bring some fresh blood into the herd. He's got a great temperament, really well put together. In fact, he's the best colt we'd had in about 25 years, which is the main reason I wanted to keep him as a stallion. Although he's actually what you call an FIS carrier, foal immunodeficiency syndrome, which is syndrome has been affecting fell ponies, the national herd of ponies, for about 30 years. There's been a lot of research and there's now a test. And some foals were dying before they got to 12 weeks old if they had this syndrome, and that just means now with the test I can run him with mares that are clear, which means there's a chance I will get a foal that's a carrier but won't die, and I just have to factor that into my breeding program. So he's running with 2 mares, Pat and Lucky, who are both clear, which means there's no chance of me losing foals. So Geronimo's actually broken to drive. We broke him to drive a couple of years ago, and he's back for riding as well, although he's not done much riding because he tends to spend most of his time up here on the fell where he was born. And in that respect we're very lucky actually, because a lot of the hill breeders on the high fells, open fell, they can't run the stallions out with the mares all year because of the bridleways. It's illegal to turn a stallion out where there's a bridleway. But because we're on this bit of enclosed fell here, it means we can manage it just how we want. So he gets to spend the whole year out with his mares, which is good, isn't it? So this is Hades Hill Lucky Pearl, Hades Hill Pat, mother and daughter. Lucky here is 13, born on the 7th of the 7th, 2007. So she's a 13-year-old mare, ride and drive. Very good in harness, pulled the boat up right to Appleby many times. And this one has actually given me a lot of the best foals I've had in the last 10 years, including Teddy and Little Prince. Geronimo there. So her dad was Lunsdale Tarquin. And no, that's not right, is it? No, her dad was Wellbrow Rambler. There we go. Get it right. And yeah, just a great, one of the best mares we got, this one. I like this one a lot. And this is her mum here, Hades Hill Pat II, by Louthwaite Drake, the black stallion we had, out of Hades Hill Patience, who's a brown mare. And although she's been to Appleby many times, these two have gone as a pair actually lots of times. Never actually broke this one to harness, but she's sidelined lots of times. Very steady, very good mare this. We like this. She's actually one of my favourite, the way she's put together, a conformation. I like this one a lot. So they're both heavy and foaled actually. They've been running with the stallion since the 25th of June last year, and it's an 11-month gestation. So we could be having foals anytime from the next 10 days onwards, but we'll start to see that when they bag up, they start to get milk in their udders, and then closer to foaling, a couple of days close to foaling, they'll start to wax up the end of the nipples, just where the milk comes out the colostrum. You've heard me talking about Hades Hill, and I just wanted to explain a little bit about that. All our ponies are Hades Hill, Lucky Pearl, Hades Hill Geronimo. Hades Hill's a prefix. All registered fell pony studs, herds, have their own prefix. Ours is Hades Hill because that's where the herd was established in 1957 on the edge of Shawforth Common. Other prefixes you've heard me mention would be Loonsdale, Louthwaite, Wellbrow, Greenholme, Mirthwaite for example. So it's just like a family name, surname if you like, that they all have in the passport. So why is it so important that we have fell ponies living out on the fell? Well, over the last 20-30 years, fell ponies have been exported all over the world to Holland, Germany, America, but now there's only less than 200 fell pony mares living out on the fells like this, the natural habitat. And it's important because it's the environment that shapes the pony. It's the environment that gives it its hardiness, its stamina. And if you've got a pony that's third generation born in a paddock in Kent, wearing a rug, maybe, and then you try and turn that back out on the fell, it's just not going to be a good doer. It's not going to do well. It's going to stand at the gate waiting to be fed. It's not going to know, it's not going to be hefted. So it's a gene pool, it's a seed bank. And in fact, still today, the horse betting levy board makes a sizable donation to Fell Pony Society, has been for the last 100 years, for troop horses. The army realised that they needed the stamina and hardiness that native ponies bring to breed into their troop horses. And in the Boer War, in fact, it was noted how important the native ponies have been. And you have to have the ponies on the fell to get that hardiness, to get that stamina. So you've met the whole herd now. We'll come back up the fell to do some more. But as ever, if there's anything you'd like to know about, let me know, and we'll see if we can incorporate it into one of our videos.